Hey everyone, Chris here from Real Rideshare Stories. On this channel we do a lot of different things within the rideshare industry, so if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. But before we get started, if you have a crazy Uber Lyft experience, whether you're a passenger or a driver, record it, send it my way, and maybe we could feature you on the channel. Alright guys, so I got a great story for you today. This was just a really fun conversation that I had with somebody, but it was good life conversation. So it was just really good to hear, really good to talk about. So I hope you guys enjoy this. So here you go, check it out, and I'll see you right after. How's it going?
Good, how are you doing?
Good.
Oh shit, drop my phone.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
In 500 feet, turn left on West Ferry Street.
How's the night going?
It's going all right, man. I just got off of work. Could have headed home.
Nice.
How about you? Been driving all night?
Not too long. Actually, I got started a little later than normal, so a couple hours now.
How late you gotta be going till?
I want to start slowing down.
Okay, I feel you on that.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's actually been, since I started, it's been pretty steady, so that's good.
That is good.
Tuesdays can be either busy or hit or miss.
Same with the bar over there. It could be super crowded or nothing.
Yeah.
It depends on what's going on around the city usually.
Yeah. So yeah, it's probably pretty reflective too. So if you're busy, we're pretty busy. But yeah, tonight's been pretty steady. So who knows? It could be heading a little while. Which, hey, whatever.
I hear you on that. I talked to this one guy who drove me into work today, and I asked him, and he said, I do this full time. And I'm like, when do you go out? And he said, well, I honestly just wake up at the same time every day, 8 o'clock, get in my car, and then drive as long as I can take it. And I'm like, oh, wow. And then I'm like, does it usually work out? He's like, for the first 2 weeks, it was awful because he didn't know when to go out. And then eventually he started to realize when you're busy, it's going to be when things are going on. And I'm like, well, duh, bro. So, but he was just like, yeah, man, it's pretty nice. Get to just, chill. And then when I want to go home, get to go home, smoke some weed. And I'm like, awesome. Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, definitely.
It's great that people have the opportunity that if they have a car, make some money,
Oh yeah. I mean, anything in the gig economy is pretty good.
Yeah.
Like even if you don't have a car, you can go shopping with Instacart.
Yep, that's true.
So I mean, there's a lot of different things, which is nice.
And also, it's nice because I remember, not even about 2 years ago when the ride-sharing apps first started coming to Buffalo, I was like, oh, damn, this might be a little bit helpful. I just hope they're not super expensive. And then I realized when I talk to people that's the whole point. They're supposed to be way cheaper than taxis.
Oh, yeah. And a lot more reliable, too.
Exactly. It's a lot more reliable. And plus, the apps themselves are as convenient as possible. You just press something, say where you're going, and you get there. Mm-hmm. I love it. But it's always wild when I see drivers who hate it, who do it a lot. And I'm just like, you don't have to do it, or you can drive when you want.
Yeah, it's that I never understood why. I mean, maybe they just like the flexibility and everything else. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say, there's always room for improvements on things,
right?
But it's the whole thing is, if you don't enjoy it right now, it's not gonna get any better for you.
That's why my brother just started an IT job, and I asked him on the first day, I'm like, how do you like it? He's like, I love it. I'm like, good, that means you'll probably still like it in like a year or so, as long as you keep working at it. And he was saying the same thing. Because he used to work a security job, and he said that when he first started, he was like, oh, it's all right. And then like 2 weeks later, he's like, I fucking can't stand it. And it's like, yeah, bro, you're pretty bored. And there's a lot of high stakes, too, because of all the offices and things. Mm-hmm. And I actually just went to... shit, there it is. Did you know that there's an albino deer that lives in there?
Huh?
There's an albino deer that lives in that cemetery.
Oh, is there? No,
yeah, it was just on the side over there. But what was I gonna say?
Keep an eye out next time.
Dude, it's pretty. It's like big, like real big, and completely white. So it's pretty wild to see.
Sure, it's not a ghost,
dude. At first when I saw it, I was like, okay, I'm just really messed up right now. But now,
well, I have the dash cam, so maybe I'll be able to catch it. Maybe I caught it on there.
I hear, dude. Dash cams are so crucial. I don't know how people drive around without them.
Oh, I don't know.
Especially like if you have an accident, you can just be like, oh, I have a dash cam. I don't have to worry about this.
Mm-hmm. Well, the one thing is it's fraud too. Like people, the big, like Russia, like everybody has dash cams there because fraud was so high. And I was watching some YouTube video of like somebody who was trying to make fraud, and the woman had a dash cam, and so they like she got out and was like, yeah, I got the whole thing on camera too, because they can't, like, they had the second person come out with the phone where it's like, oh, he hit her or something, or she hit him, and then she's like, oh yeah, I got the whole thing on, and then they just got up and booked.
Yeah.
They're
like,
like, well, hey.
Dude, I've seen a couple videos of that in China too. Like, there was just this guy driving down like this like rural road, and then you see a guy poke his head out and then run and just lay flat across the street, hoping to like get his legs hit. And it was wild though, because the guy got out and he's like, "Are you stupid? I have a camera." And the dude did the same thing. He poked it. But I don't know, man. I actually know a guy who I worked with at the kitchen who doesn't work there anymore. He was saying that his brother is one of those insurance sharks. Like, he's always like looking for the slip and fall scenarios and shit.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, like, he makes it so that like he has like one slip and fall a year and he's fine, but like his body's destroyed because of it. And he's always telling his brother like, hey man, you should like, you know, get a real job as opposed to just destroying your body. Yeah, getting a quick buck. There's some people in this world who just don't want to work at all.
Yeah, but there's so many different things you can do.
There's so many jobs.
Isn't a 9 to 5 if you don't want it to be. Right. And you can make pretty decent buck at it too. And plus, one of my buddies, he just became a garbage man. He's making bank. Like he says, he says the worst part is waking up early in the morning, but then he has the whole day to himself. He's up right at 5 and he goes as long as it takes. But like he says he makes a bank on it because nobody wants to do it, and it's not easy. Yeah, and then you know, it's a government job, so usually you get a pension and all that good stuff. He's got all the benefits, man. Which is great. More of my friends are starting to talk about them starting to form up their 401k, and it's great to hear because when we were like a couple years ago, those are the guys who I'm like, I don't know if they're gonna like make it to 25 because they're acting so wild. And now they've all settled down, got wives, and having kids and 401ks. And I'm like, shit. Now I gotta get together. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's better investments, but at least they're doing something. Right, exactly. They're not just still living with their parents at 30 and shit. Like, I had a buddy who was living with his family at 30, and then like after moving out, within the span of 6 months, had a girlfriend, like his own apartment, a dog, and then now is like, I think I'm gonna marry this girl. I'm like, dude, I'm so glad that you're not like a bum anymore. Like, I can talk to you about more shit. Like, hey, how's the family? Like, it's good. But I got another buddy who he was like big into psychedelics and acid and shit. And I kept telling him, I'm like, you gotta find something that like is like an actual job but satisfies you in an abstract way. And he got into welding because he's like, I like to be able to transmute shit. He has this really weird way of saying it. But at the end of the day, though, he also makes bank too now, and he's just been throwing it into saving up for his own like clothing store or something like that. And I'm like, I'm glad you have something on the side that can be a passion project and a real job. He could always move to Colorado and work with psilocybin and it's true. And like finding out about that news recently was like, whoa. Yeah, they're trying to become the psychedelic capital, I think. Yeah, well, not only, I mean, LSD, they're working with patients who have brain trauma and PTSD, and they're realizing that LSD actually helps a lot of people with brain trauma, and it helps rewire the brain, so that's why they're talking about it. Yeah, the brain's elasticity, man. It definitely helps with that. Yeah, so they're doing a lot of research with that. So yeah, I mean, it's good. I think we're getting to an age where people are starting to realize there's like a public consensus of just like, hey, you can kind of do whatever drugs you want, just keep to yourself. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. My body, my rules, right? And that's the thing is, what I tell people is, and the way I always look at things that I don't really know how to understand or break down, I'm like, hey, listen, if you're not bothering me, I don't even care if you're hurting yourself. Do whatever you want, just don't make it anybody else's problem. You know what I mean? Yep. If like, I've met somebody who's like, oh man, I identify as blah blah blah. Absolutely cool dude, and I'm like, hey man, I don't give a shit. Like, just don't be a dick. Like, at the end of the day, I want to know if you're a good person, not what you identify as or all that extra fluff. Yeah, exactly. Like, because at the end of the day, I find most of those people who do all that extra shit, it's to cover up that they don't have anything exciting about them or any story. The real crazy question is, like, there was that huge push that was to take away all these labels, and now everyone's like, label. Exactly. And it's like, wait, what? Wait, what? I thought we didn't want to flip go? Yeah, dude, it's wild, man. Well, hey, man, it was great talking to you, man. You too. Have a good night, man. Hey, you too, man. All right, yeah, so this is a great conversation. Like I said, it was just real nice talking with this guy just about, things in life in general, whether it be, saving for 401k, acting a little more responsible, touching upon what's going on in the world with certain things. I don't like talking about politics in certain situations, and this wasn't that, but, you're talking about social things and social issues and stuff like that. So, we were just, kind of going off on things. So it was really good to talk about that. I like these conversations because, it's so much more in depth than the basic skim line questions that people ask when they get in the car. Oh, do you do both? Oh, do you enjoy it? Do you actually make money doing it? Like, it's beyond that. You're really interacting with the passengers. So I really love these types of rides. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, really got something out of it. Just maybe a good laugh, maybe just, I don't know, something that resonated with you. If something did, please give this video a thumbs up. And also, make sure you subscribe and ring the bell for notifications so you'll be notified every time a new video is uploaded. And as always, never drink and drive, always tip your drivers, and we'll see you next time.